Hey guys, so this is part 2 of my video for Streetlights for Josh. I was going to wait until I got to the block in question, then I realized that this whole route home, I'm driving home from one of the churches I work for, is very interesting in terms of lighting. I don't know what happened, it stopped, but I was doing the video here. So there's an LED, and I can't tell what's over there while I'm driving. There's a CFL. There's a mercury vapor there. When the camera still, there's a mercury vapor, and I can't tell what that bright white one is. That might be metal halide. I haven't seen a lot of those metal halide bucket lights. There's a mercury vapor up there. And some LEDs a little bit closer. Yeah, when the camera stopped filming, we passed by a bunch of mercury vapor bucket lights. It's interesting, if I'm ever confused about what's mercury and what's not, once I look in the camera, I'm not, because the mercury comes out very blue. There's a sodium, a bunch of LEDs over there. Here's an LED up here. I think it's kind of cool that there's still a mix. Anything in there? Looks like LED. Sodium, of course. That's an actual street light. Another sodium street light here. Over there, that bar and grill has a bunch of mercury vapor and a few newer ones mixed in. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 mercury vapors, and then one that could be LED. CFL over there. What's that back behind it? That's got to be an LED. It's a weird pink color, though. It's must be an earlier warm white. Oh, it's in a bucket light, so that's an LED bucket light. Here's the traffic light. There's a couple sodiums, and that's where I'll be turning. Traffic light in the center is LED. That one's still incandescent. That's interesting. Those are mixed too. So now we're in like a new development, so this should be all newer lighting. We have to pass through this newer development to get to my neighborhood. So I'm guessing it's all going to be sodium. So the pros and cons with LED streetlights, you know, on the one hand, there's less light pollution because the LEDs are more directional. On the other hand, most of the LEDs are daylight, which I like better, but apparently that can cause a different type of light pollution that can be, you know, more problematic to some. I mean, the solution to that is easy. Make, you know, use warm white LEDs, or, you know, I can't remember what you call the spectrum even warmer than warm white, but, you know, go 22 or go, you know. It's funny that how many years we used sodium, which is not like in any way an accurate light color, but we used it for years. They got a bunch of LEDs there at the church. you ever been, anybody besides me ever been in like an indoor building that's lit with sodium? It's horrible. I've swum in some pools that were lit with sodium, some gymnasiums, parking decks, you know. Okay, so after we cross this, we're out of the new development, so we might see more of a mix of lighting again, and then we'll make another turn, and then we'll be heading into my neighborhood, in which case I'll show you the block that Joshua and I were talking about. So here looks like all sodium, which I thought this whole city was sodium. I didn't even notice that we had mercury until I saw that some of the ones in my neighborhood were mercury. And of course there's, you know, some LEDs now in certain neighborhoods. So now we're in kind of an older neighborhood again. There's LED. Obviously the streetlights are still sodium, LED. Mercury vapor bucket light on that barn there, and then a couple of CFLs in front of that house. LEDs on the side of that house. It's interesting that we went from, you know, there was city by the church, then farm, country, you know, rural, then the little city new development, and now it's more rural again. What's this on this pole here? Is this an LED streetlight? Yeah, there's one little, I guess that's on some of these properties, so it's not an actual streetlight. There's a mercury vapor bucket light. There's a bunch of LEDs on that house. Sodium streetlight there. Okay, so now once we get back into the city, we'll be in my neighborhood. Oh, there's some mercury vapors over there. I don't know if you can see them. They're way off in the distance, but I can see the blue light. I even taught Nia how to recognize mercury vapors when we go on road trips, so she points them out now. Sodium over there on that barn. So now we're entering the city of Madison. Bright LED back there. Sodium's over there on that. I can't catch them all while I'm driving. Somebody still got their Christmas lights up. Sodium's over there in that parking lot. Okay, once we cross over this bridge, we'll be in my neighborhood. We're still all sodium. It's interesting, the sodiums look more yellow on camera than they do in person. Okay, so I don't know if we're like officially in my neighborhood. I don't know where the boundaries are, but I would consider this my neighborhood here. Grace Baptist Church. I didn't even notice that was there. They got some metal halides on their sign. There's a sodium street light. I'll go real slow now. We'll see if we see any down these side streets. So there's sodium still. A lot of LEDs, sodiums. Oh, there's a real mercury vapor street light there. Okay. Sodiums. So this neighborhood's got some mercury vapor in it. My parents' neighborhood, which is a lot older than this neighborhood, some sodiums down that way. And I can't tell, are those mercury? They look too new. Those might be metal halide. They're too white to be mercury. There's two of them and then a sodium. So that's very interesting. So I'm gonna go down the street first. Well, first let's look down this way. Anything down there? Oh, something fell. No. Okay, there's a metal halide down there, mercury vapor, excuse me, down that way. But we're gonna go this way first because this is where I first noticed there are some older clamshell or cobra heads or whatever. Anything down that way? Nope, all sodium. So this is where I was talking to Josh about, and he was trying to look at it from street view. This is Vondren Road. Anything down that way? Looks like just sodium. So let's see what these are. new sodium. It looks like none of these are LED. There's a new sodium. Is this mercury? I think this is mercury. Yep, right there. Right at the corner of Dolores and Vondren. Is mercury. There's a new one there. Anything down that way? No. There's a mercury here on the corner of Ellen and Vondren. Go down her. Let's see if there's anything on Thompson or Pembroke here. Looks like that's all. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go down this way again. So there's the same one, Dolores and Vondren. I think Josh might be right. I think like these might be all the same, even though some of them looked older to me when I looked at them earlier. I think that all the mercury vapor ones around here must be the same. It's an old church. I've been in there. No fans. It's the kind of church that looks like it would have fans, but does not have fans. So, interesting information. Most of these cool old churches that have fans, the fans were added in the 70s. They were not original to the building. So the church had to want to add fans, if that makes sense. So this house here on the corner with the flashing LED is the one that inspired me to put daylight LEDs outside my house, because I thought this house looked really nice with its LED fixtures. Of course, now one of them, the driver board, has failed and it's flashing. But I thought those lights looked really nice. Here's the one that Josh and I were talking about. That is mercury. And then I don't know if I can see it or not, but somewhere on this street is a house with a Victorian in the window, and I only notice it when the lights are on the fan. So it looks like the rest of this street is sodium. Anything up in there? Nope. So, hope that answered the questions. Thanks for watching.